Hello everyone, this is a Hatha class, 1 hour. We need two blocks today and a strap. A strap could be a belt actually, or a towel, a long towel. Let's start on our backs, and I have a blanket for my head if you want to. Just go ahead, lie down on your back. Just centering this way, and maybe you want to keep your knees bent to relax more your back on the floor. Be comfortable for your arms and legs. You can have one hand already at the lower belly, the other hand at the center of the chest. Just feel the breathing, connect with the breath. You can close your eyes if it feels comfortable. So as you're breathing in and out, notice where you're feeling the breathing the most. Maybe you're feeling more the breathing in the lower hand or the upper hand. Deepen the breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. Hatha yoga is a slower practice than a vinyasa. It's a beautiful practice to stay more aware of our body, our breathing, our mind. So the word ha and ta means sun and moon in Sanskrit. So that's this opposition and yet union of those two opposite, sun and moon. And yoga, as you know, means yog in Sanskrit, union. So the union between the breath, the body, and the mind or spirit. So as an intention, and you can place your hands now at the top of your heart center, the center of the chest, as an intention. Maybe you can say to yourself, I am aware. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Start to move the body. So if you wish, you can stretch your arms over your head or just along your sides. You can extend your legs. Maybe start with one leg, stretching one leg, stretching your arms over your head. And then switch leg. Maybe you can stretch both legs, but trying to relax more your back on the floor. You can flex and point your feet. Flex and point. And as you do that, you may feel that your body is rocking with the movements of your feet. And bend your knees again. Bring your arms along your side. We're going to do a small bridge to warm up the spine. Open the front of the shoulders. Make sure your mid-back is pressed on the floor. Push with your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your lower back, lift your mid-back. And you may want to lift a little bit the upper back, not too much. Too much, we're still warming up. When you're at the top of your bridge, inhale. As you exhale, lower your back down, lower your hips down. And we repeat. Inhale, lift up, lift into your bridge. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, push through your feet. Your feet helps you to stay anchored. As you exhale, lower your spine, your hips down, and just be aware what part of your back is touching first on the floor. Inhale once more this way, into your bridge. Exhale, lower down. Once you're all the way down, now we're going to add the arms. You coordinate the movements of the arms with the back. As you inhale, lift your hips, lift your back. At the same time, bring your arms up and over your head. And as you exhale, lower everything back down. Arms back down, back, hips down. And keep moving this way. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more this way. Inhale. Push with your feet. Your feet helps you to stay anchored. And as you exhale, lower down. Now, next time you're in the bridge with your arms over your head, you're going to keep your arms over the head. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower your back down. You feel a deeper stretch in your back as you're doing that. Once your back is down, now you can bring your arms back down to your sides. And we'll repeat 2 more times this way. So push with your feet, engage the core, engage a little bit the glutes. When you inhale, you lift your arms up, lift your back, squeeze the glutes a bit. When your arms are over your head, keep them there. You're still on the bridge. You take a deep breath in, the awareness of the breath. And as you exhale, lower your back down. Notice again which part of the back is touching first the floor. And once your back is all the way down, same for your hips, bring your arms back down. All right. One more time this way. Inhale. Bridge with your arms over your head. And stay here for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower your back down, back, hips. Good stretch for the back. And release your arms down. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And you can roll on your spine, rocking onto your spine to wake up if you want. Or you can do like I'm doing, just roll to one side and you're going to come to your hands and knees. If you need extra padding for your knees, place a blanket underneath. You have your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Your back is neutral. Your back of the neck also neutral. Cat and cow. Inhale. Just forward shoulders back. Lift your chin. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. And when you exhale, you can round your back or just pull the navel in. Push the floor away with your hands. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So keeping your back neutral, curl your toes under, coming to our first downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. And just pedal your feet if you need. Make any movements. It feels good to stretch the back of the legs. And then from here, bring your knees down again. And you're going to bring the right leg back behind you. So make sure your leg is parallel to the floor. You're going to point and flex the foot again. Point, flex, point, flex. You can circle your foot. Just the foot. Sometimes we move the legs, and just the foot. And then from here, bring the knee to the chest. You can lay on your back if you wish to come to a cat shape pose. And you're going to place the foot in between your hands. So for here, I like to use blocks for my lunge. So I keep my back more upright instead of down and collapsing. And you have your blocks. You can raise the blocks to the third level if you want. I want to focus on the hips here. So you want to make sure your left knee is past the hip. So you're getting a stretch here in the hip flexor part, also the top of the quads. And if you want to go deeper into your stretch, you can bring the right knee further towards your toes. But it's not just a stretch where we're just hanging. You're trying to squeeze your legs towards one another. So you're tracking your right foot back and your left knee forward. So you feel your legs more engaged. And then here, maybe you can go deeper into your stretch. Let's hold here. Just be aware of any sensations. And then just release a little bit. So bring your hips back so you have space. And I'm going to place my block flat. Bring the right foot back. Place your hands on the blocks. We're going to do downward dog with the blocks. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. And you feel, especially if your downward dog was a little bit tight, the first one, you feel you have more space now to bring the body more towards the feet. So the weight of your body is more towards the feet, the legs, than the hands in downward dog. Again, be aware of the breath here. Inhale. When you exhale, bring your knees back on the floor. And I'm going to move my blocks because I did my leg lift with my hands on the mat on the other side. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Bring the left leg back behind you. Leg parallel to the floor. You're going to point and flex the foot. Point and flex. Point, flex. Keep breathing. Circle your foot. It's good for mobility at the ankle, especially when we'll do our standing posture. It's important to have strong feet. Circle the other way. And then you're going to bring the knee to the chest, and you can round your back if you wish. And you're going to place your left foot forward between your hands. Take your blocks again if you use them on the other side, and come more upright. And again, you see my right knee is past the right hip. So again, I'm getting a deeper stretch in the right hip flexor. And before we get to the full stretch, you're going to squeeze your legs towards one another. Let this go isometric movement. And then you're going to bring your knee, if you wish, make sure your knee is comfortable here. Bring your knee a little bit more forward. And let's hold here. And just check in, ask yourself, am I engaging my legs? Am I pressing my back foot on the floor? Is my core a little bit engaged? How's my breathing? All those little things we can check. Are my shoulders relaxed? And same thing, to release that, just move your hips back a bit. You can try downward dog with the blocks again. Bring your left foot back first. Hands on the blocks, downward facing dog. And you're gonna walk your feet up to your hands. Coming to your Uttanasana, forward bend. Feet parallel to one another, bend your knees, have your hands on your hips, elbows pointing up. And then inhale, push for your feet, come all the way up to stand. And bring your arms to your sides. Good, deep breath in. And exhale. Place one hand again at the belly, one hand at the center of the chest. And actually you may switch the hand. Whatever hand you had when you're lying down, switch. And feel the connection. Union of the breath, mind, body. Saying to yourself, I am aware. Bring your arms along your side. We're going to do a sun salutation air. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up at your hands. Exhale, little bend in the knees to dive down, hinge at your hips. Hands on your lower legs, inhale halfway up. Exhale to your forward bend. Now I'm gonna have my hands on my blocks today, but you don't have to. You're used to regular sun salutation without the blocks, you can do that. Come to your plank pose. Just hold plank for a few breaths. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Make sure your neck is long. All right, deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees to the floor and come all the way down to your belly. For the back bend, I like to move my blocks to the side, so I do the back bend, the cobra without the blocks. Fingers under the shoulders. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift into your baby cobra. And exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under. Inhale, come to your hands and knees. Exhale, you can come to your child's pose. And then from child's pose, you can come to your downward facing dog. And you can stay in child's pose if you wish. And from here, walk your feet to your hands. Hands on your hips, elbows pointing up. Inhale, come all the way up to stand to your mountain pose. Exhale, arms to your sides. We're gonna add on into that sun salutation with lunges. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold at your hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Again, if you want to use the blocks, go ahead, especially for lunges. Bring the right leg back and place the right knee down again on the floor. This time, we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to squeeze your legs towards one another. And then here, we're going to bring our hips back to stretch our hamstrings. So if you want to bring the blocks more towards you, you can do that. I like to keep my foot flat on the floor to stretch the front of the ankle, something we rarely do. And your left leg, it doesn't have to be too straight. Just be careful for your knee. Squeeze your leg. So that same one, how we squeeze, we track the left heel back, the right knee forward. And if I sit, some people do that. If you sit all the way back, I'm not getting a stretch in my hamstring anymore. So I'm kind of halfway. So I'm getting a deeper stretch right here under the back of the thigh. Just hold for a few breaths again. Again, check in. Are you still breathing? Engaging your legs, engaging slightly the core. Relax the shoulders. And bend your left knee. You can use the blocks to come to your plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, knees on the floor. Bring your blocks to the side if you use them. Inhale to your cobra, maybe a higher cobra if you want. I like to keep my cobra quite low. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Once more, inhale to your cobra. Exhale now. Hands and knees, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to your hands. This time, open your arms to the sides. Ground for your feet. Inhale, come up to stand. Hands up, look at your hands. And as you exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Pause again. Deep breath in. And exhale. Arms along your side. Let's do the other side for the legs. Inhale, arms up. Extend in mountain pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. You may want to use the blocks again for your lunge. Bring the left leg back, big step back, place the left knee down. So prepare with your legs, squeeze your legs towards one another. And then from here, bring your hips back. So you start to stretch the right leg back. And try, if you can, to keep your right foot flat. Obviously, adjust the blocks, bring the blocks so they stay under your shoulders. And do that action with your legs. Again, tracking your right heel back, left knee forward. Find the left and the side of the body. Relax your shoulders, relax the jaw. And bend your right knee again. You can use the blocks once more for your plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Your knees can touch first the floor. Hands flat on the floor. Inhale to your cobra. Maybe a higher cobra now, but make sure your shoulders are away from your ears and you have the feeling that your shoulders can wrap around your shoulder blades, which is impossible, but the feeling we can have. Come back up to your hands and knees, downward facing dog. I'm going to do my downward dog with my blocks this time. I really like it this way. And let's stay with the breathing. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet up to your hands. Open your arms to the sides. Inhale, reach all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands. To keep your hands together, bring your hands at your heart center. Once more, one hand, stay at the heart center, the other hand at the belly. Feel the breathing. Connect to the breath, be aware. One more sun salutation with lunges, high lunges this time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive down. I'm going to use my blocks just for a reason. Again, I don't want to be too low on the ground. Bring the right leg back, high lunge, so your back knee doesn't touch the floor this time. And let's play with our muscular energy, that's called, where you're really using your legs. You want your left knee above the ankle. As you know, lift your hands a little bit off the floor, a little bit off the blocks. So notice how much your legs need to engage in order to stay this way. Now try to keep staying this way. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Lift your arms all the way up. I know this is tricky. You can see the back leg, tendency to move. If your back foot stays on the floor, that's okay, but trying to readjust. So now your back heel is off the floor. Your 10 toes are facing forward. Open your arms a little bit wider, maybe to a T. Look up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down. You can use the blocks again for your plank pose. Left foot back, plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to your back bend. So I'm saying back bend now because it can be really low cobra. It could be Sphinx pose. Where I am right now, this is a Sphinx pose. It could be cobra. We can even be up dog if you have this in your practice. Inhale in your back bend. Exhale, hands and knees, maybe child's pose. I like sometimes to pass child's pose, and you can come to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk your feet up to your hands. Open your arms to the sides. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale and exhale. Arms along your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up again. Exhale, fold at your hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Hands on the blocks if you want. Bring the left leg back for your high lunge. So make sure your right knee is stacked above the ankle. Lift your fingers off the blocks. Squeeze your legs. Again, notice how much you need to engage your legs in order to stay this way. And you keep that engagement in your legs. Float the arms up. Now your torso is upright. Your chest is open a bit. Keep the ribs in. Open your arms to a T once more. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your chin if it's comfortable. Breathe. Squeeze your legs a little bit more. There's always a little bit more we can engage. Think of it, your muscles of the legs are hugging each other. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to your cobra or up dog or sphinx. Exhale, past child's pose first. And come to your downward dog, or maybe stay in child's pose if you wish. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Walk your feet up to your hands. Open your arms again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands touch. Draw your hands down to the midline. Rest your thumbs at the sternum, at the center of your heart. Once more, one hand at the center of the chest, one hand at the belly. Just notice the breathing. And lower your arms down. You're going to come to the middle of your mat. You're going to do some standing posture. Open your legs. And you're going to bring your right foot out and left toes in. Open your arms. Bend the right knee so you're coming to your warrior two pose. You're making sure that ears, shoulders, hips are stacked like you would be in mountain pose. Relax your toes. And just like the same way you did in your lunges, squeeze your legs towards one another. Keep holding this way. I'm turning my head to look at my right hand, but you don't have to. You can just look straight forward. Bring the leg out, the right leg out a bit, so the knee sometimes and it's getting tired and go inward. Just bring the knee out so your knees stay leveled with your toes. Now inhale deeply. As you exhale, bring your right arm on your leg. Push your arm into the leg. Lift your left arm up. Open the chest right away. You don't have to turn your head. You just feel the little rotation in the ribs and the chest. You can also bring your left arm along your ear if you wish. Stay in this pose. Just be aware. Relax your toes. And inhale, come back to your warrior two. And exhale, release your hands down, bring your right leg straight. We're gonna go to the other side. So you have the same distance in your leg. Turn your right toes in and your left foot turns out. Chest stay facing the long side of your mat. Open your arms, parallel to the floor, bend your left knee. And when you bend the left knee, just check that your knee is leveled with your toes. Feel grounded through both feet. Again, just checking on your own. I'm saying cues, but just check in. Ask yourself, my shoulders are relaxed, my jaw is relaxed, my feet are anchored. I can squeeze my legs a little bit more towards one another. And inhale. And when you exhale, bring your left arm, so you just your forearm against the thigh, push your leg out, bring the right arm up. Start to turn the chest. So your heart center is always open. You can bring the right arm along your ear. Relax the shoulders, especially the right shoulder start to creep up. Just bring it away from your ear. All those little things we can check. And then inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, arms down, bring your legs straight. Just heel toes, your feet. And if you want to roll your shoulders and shake your arms and legs, just to release. Coming to your mountain pose. Little bend in the knees, push your hips back, chair pose. So chair pose, try to bring more the weight of your body on your heels. Relax the shoulders. Belly is in, ribs are in. Maybe sit a little bit lower in your chair if you're comfortable. Inhale. And as you exhale, come back to your extended mountain pose. And lower your arms down to your sides. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Bouncing pose, classical tree pose. So you can just open your right leg to the side. Foot can be inside. Actually, your big toe can touch the floor. Stay on the floor to practice your bounce. Or you can have the foot in your calf. Or maybe you grab your foot and you bring it inside of the thigh. It's really up to you. Wherever you are, you push the foot into the leg into the foot. Get long in the side body here. And if you wish, you can bring your arms up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your arms down. Lower your foot down. Back to your mountain pose. Deep breath in. Exhale. Shake your arms, shake your legs if you wish, to release some tensions maybe. Second side, bring open. I like to do this because tree pose is about the hip opening. It is a hip opener. Open the hip to the side, open the leg to the side, and then place your foot wherever you're headed on the other side. And push right away your foot into the leg into the foot. And sometimes in bounce, we have a tendency to squish, to feel like our torso is collapsing. Instead, make some space. Open the side of the body. Again, you can bring your arms up. I like sometimes to just keep my hands down and I interlace my hands behind my back. So that helps to keep the chest open. Maybe change the gaze by lifting the chin. Again, all those are optional because they're a little bit more tricky. Just be aware. Stay a little bit longer. If the foot it goes on the floor, it's okay. Just go back to it. Relax your right toes. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left foot down. Release your arms to your sides. All right, shake it off. Shake your arms, shake your legs. And let's come back to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold at your hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Fingers on the floor and come to your plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. So we're going to stay down here a little bit. I'm going to place actually a blanket. So when your forehead is on the floor, sometimes the nose gets squished. And besides, I need to talk to you. So I prefer being in that position. So you might want to do the same if your nose is squished on the floor and you can't breathe. And this has been my favorite arm movements for the help that helps for the shoulders and upper back. You're going to bring your arms into a cactus shape. So your forearms are outside of your mat. Relax your shoulders already away from your ears. You ground for your feet, so your 10 toenails are pressing on the floor. Pull the navel in. You're going to lift so I'm not going to lift my head because when we do back bend, we do a lot with the neck. Instead, we're just going to use our upper back. So you're going to lift the arms off the floor. Bring the elbows back, coming like a W shape with your arms. And then bring your arms back into a U and just lower your arms down. So when we move the arms, make sure you're still engaging your core. You're pressing your feet on the floor. All right, let's repeat. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, squeeze your elbows back. You squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Hold here. And then bring your arms back to a cactus. Lower your arms down. And we repeat this way. Make sure your head is not lifted. Sometimes the neck wants to help, but it should be more relaxed. Inhale, arms into cactus. So you lift the cactus. Exhale, come into that W. Inhale, arms back to that U shape. Exhale, arms down. And again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, stay in W this time. Squeeze a little bit more, stay a little bit longer. Try to really feel that your shoulder blades, the tips of your shoulder blades are touching. Inhale, back to that cactus shape with your arms and lower your arms down. Good. Now bring your hands under your shoulders. Come to your cobra. So think of that. When you come to the cobra, you lower your shoulders away from your ears. You can feel the tips of your shoulder blades touching towards one another. And your neck is long. And press all the way up to your hands and knees. And this time stay in child's pose. If you want to come to downward dog, you can do that. But you might want to stay in child's pose. Child's pose can be any way you want. Your arms can be along your side. My child's pose, I'm keeping my toes curled under. So I'm beginning to stretch in my toes. And I'm keeping my arms in front of me. But that's really the way I like to do it. But you can do any type of child's pose you want. And then slowly come up. And you're going to lie down on your back. And prepare your strap with you. And bring the right knee to your chest. Place the strap at your foot, so more towards the ball of the foot. Bring the legs straight to the ceiling. So when we hold strap, sometimes we hold really high and we feel the shoulders are lifting off the floor. So lower your hands down. Your strap should be long enough so your hands can come really down and your elbows are on the floor. Now, right leg is straight. My left knee is bent for now, but I'm going to start to bring my left leg straight. So I'm getting a deeper stretch in my legs, especially the right leg. But you want to make sure your mid-back stay pressed on the floor. So I'm keeping actually today a little bit of a bend in my left leg. Flex the foot, flex your right foot. As if you're your toes actually are aiming towards your nose. So here we are again, stretching the back of the leg, stretching the hamstring. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. You're going to place the strap in your right hand. Left hand is going to be right at the top of your left hip. You can always keep your right elbow on the floor. Inhale. And as you're exhaling, bring the leg to the right. So not too much that you're going to roll on your hips. You're trying to keep your left hip anchored on the floor. So it's not just about going to the right. It's also going more towards your face, towards your shoulder. So now you get a deeper stretch in the back of the right leg. I think it's a hard one for the shoulder. Sometimes the shoulder lifts. So trying to relax the right shoulder as much as you can. Flex the foot. Even separate your toes. See how it feels when you're doing that. Slowly bring your leg back up. And if your left knee is bent, which it can be, maybe bring it a little bit more straight. So when you go to the other side, so you're going to take the strap in your left hand, right hand relaxed by your side. And now you're going to bring your your right leg a little bit to the left. It's not a twist. So my right hip actually doesn't really come off the floor, just a bit, barely. So I want to feel a stretch in the side of the leg. Flex the foot even more, you'll feel that more. And now bring the leg back to the center. You want to let go of the strap and slowly release the leg down to the floor. So both legs are straight on the floor. Relax your legs. You might feel the right leg more anchored than the left, all the way to the hip. Actually, I'm feeling even my right hip more anchored. So bend your knees and bring more your left knee towards you. Place the strap. I'm going to do the other leg. Place the strap at the ball of the foot. And make sure even the strap is even on both sides. So you have space for your hands. Lower your hands down so your elbows touch the floor. Flex your left foot. And if you feel, well, I'm not feeling much of a stretch here, you can bring the right leg a little bit more straight. And again, play with that, because if it's really straight and you feel that your mid back start to peel off the floor, keep your right leg more bent. You want still, even here, we're still engaging the core. Flex your left foot. Relax your shoulders. Place the strap in your left hand. Right hand just to feel at the top of the hip, to feel if the hips are moving. The right hip is moving. Bring the left leg to the left. But again, not too much to the left. You don't want to roll on your hips, so you might want to bring the leg more towards you. And I like to keep my elbow to the side, my forearm. So my arm is like it serves as a tripod for to hold the leg. Bring the leg back to the center. And hold the right hand in the strap, left hand by your side. And slowly bring the leg to the right, across the body. Again, your right elbow is on the floor. Flex the foot even more. This is where we're going to feel more if we flex the foot more, even separate your toes. Should feel stretch on the side of the hip, the thigh. This is the IT band. And sometimes, just like me, you feel more towards the calf. So it depends where the muscles are more tight. And slowly bring the leg back up. Remove the strap. You can move the strap to the side. Lower the leg down. Both legs are straight on the floor. Relax your legs. Deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock a bit side to side. You can wrap your arms around your knees. You can roll your head side to side. You can stay with the open your arms to a T. You can keep your knees close to your chest or have your feet on the floor like I'm going to do for our supine twist. Inhale. When you exhale, bring your knees to the right. And you can turn your head to the left if it's comfortable. Relax your shoulders. I have my palms facing up. You can close your eyes. And slowly bring your legs back up. You can bring your knees to your chest in between. And open your arms to T again. You can start with your knees to your chest or just like I'm doing, feet on the floor. Inhale. And when you exhale, bring your knees to the left. And try to keep your shoulders and your shoulder blades on the floor. You can turn your head to the right if it's comfortable for your neck. Close your eyes and just be aware of the pose you're in. Be aware of the breathing. And inhale, bring your knees back up. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Prepare for your final relaxation. So if you still have your two blocks nearby, maybe a bolster or a roll blanket, you may want to place that support under your, not just right under your knees, maybe just right above the back of the knees. So you can feel your back more relaxed. Open your legs wide, open your arms much further away from your body. Close your eyes. This is your final relaxation. Enjoy. And before you drift away, just come back to your awareness. Come back to your body, feeling any sensations, any tingling. Come back to the breathing. Notice the quality of the breath. Come back to your mind and just think of one thought. Just one thought. And say to yourself, I am aware. Relax, enjoy. And come back to your awareness. And you're welcome to stay a little bit longer in your Shavasana if you wish. Otherwise, start to move your toes and fingers and give yourself a nice full body stretch if you wish. Bend your knees once more, bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And you can rock all the way to one side. Rest your head on your bottom arm. Keep your eyes closed. And then push up with your hands. Keep your head low and heavy. And come to sit anywhere you want. Hands in front of your heart. Just be aware of the breathing. Be aware of your body. Maybe just be aware of your mind by bringing just one thought. And say to yourself, I am aware. Inhale deeply. Exhale, namaste to ourselves, to each other, namaste to all. Thank you. Thank you for joining this class. And I'll see you next time.